This guy is so full of angles and gimmicks and twists. He starts to describe a donut and it comes out a pretzel.
Nevertheless, when he gets here, I suggest we try the friendly approach.
Okay. But after you shake hands with him, I suggest you count your fingers.
I'd better get out of here.
Perky, I want you to keep digging away.
My pleasure. I'd like to dig a nice, deep hole for our friend Gingrich.
Hi there, Perky, old boy.
Hello.
They keeping you busy?
I'm not complaining.
And a baby. To see O'Brien, Thompson, and Kincaid.
And you are?
Gingrich, Gingrich, and Gingrich.
Hey.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Go right in, Mr. Gingrich.
Thanks. You take the rest of the afternoon off. Gentlemen.
Ah, Mr. Gingrich. I've heard a lot about you. Sit down, sit down.
Say, you each have an office like this, or do you all bunk together?
The reason we called you up here, Mr. Gingrich,
Let me
because...
guess. You want to settle.
Settle?
You don't want to settle.
Certainly not.
That settles that.
You got no case, Gingrich. It's a simple matter of workman's compensation.
It's a simple matter of negligence. That tarpaulin should have been rolled back 50 feet, and it's going to cost you $20,000 per foot.
Rubbish. All the legal precedents are on our side.
That's so. What about Fishbein versus the Empire State Building?
What about it?
You'll find it in volume 16, New York Supplement 2, page 45, 1939. A window washer, 61st floor. The safety belt broke, and
As a window washer, Mr. Fishbein was taking a normal occupational risk.
The window washer's name was Jones. Mr. Fishbein was a pedestrian walking innocently down 34th Street. And the next thing he knew, he was splattered all over the sidewalk. The widow sued, was awarded $85,000. Case appealed, judgment upheld. Volume 259, Appellate Division, page 56. Also, volume 24, New York Supplement 2, page 168, 1940.
Maybe in New York they throw money around like that.
All right. What about Mrs. Cunningham versus Baltimore and Ohio Railroad? U.S. District Court, Eastern District of Ohio, number 8927. Mrs. Cunningham, en route to Cincinnati to visit dying uncle, gets trapped in the toilet on account of a faulty lock. The car is hitched to another train. Mrs. Cunningham winds up in San Bernardino, California. By this time, the uncle is dead, and she's cut out of the will. So she sues the railroad for damages. Does this ring a bell?
Never heard of it.
You mean none of you has? Because you gentlemen represented the railroad.
We did?
And lost the case.
Suppose we get back to the Hinkle case.
You guys should really bone up on negligence.
We've been going over the hospital report.
Discouraging, isn't it?
Naturally, we don't accept it at face value.
I wouldn't either.
Look, Gingrich, let's stop horsing around. We demand the right to have our own doctors examine Hinkle.
You got it.
Unless you agree to it, we'll get a court order and force you.
I agree to it.
Now, don't give us any trouble, Gingrich. We know your reputation. What do you mean you agree to it?
Permission granted.
You have no objections?
As a matter of fact, I insist on it. To you gentlemen, it's just a question of money. But to me, it's a personal tragedy. My kid brother-in-law, possibly disabled for life. I'm sure you gentlemen will bring in the best doctors, kind of specialists we could never afford. Maybe you'll even send them to the Mayo Clinic.
Don't worry, Mr. Hinkle will get a thorough going over.
Good. Will there be anything else, gentlemen?
I can't think of anything.
Well, I can. If you're to examine my client, you'll need written consent.
Yes, of course. Get Miss Heffelfinger in here.
Don't bother. I have the authorizations right here. 3 copies, all signed and notarized. Thank you very much, gentlemen. If you'll excuse me, I have somebody waiting in my office. Interesting case. I'm considering suing the United Fruit Company. There should be a printed warning on every banana peel. Those things can be hazardous to your health. Carry on, gentlemen.